Since the beginning of time, humans have tried to improve their lives with inventions that make work easier, from the wheel to the car to technology. These innovations have improved the lives of many people. However, some of these helpful inventions come with a price. The use of electronics is rapidly increasing, which is degrading society and harming people in countless ways, most notably in the arenas of education, physical health, mental health, and other miscellaneous impacts which encompass personal information and employment. Many people believe that electronic devices are especially beneficial for education. However, this is not necessarily accurate. While it has provided students access to innumerable sources to use for schooling, technology actually has a harmful effect on students. ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence sources are some of the largest issues, since many students use them to cheat on their homework. Misinformation is also quite common, since there are many disreputable resources. Cell phones are a distraction as well, especially after the development of social media. The Pew Research Center states the share of teens who say they use ChatGPT for their schoolwork has risen to 26%, according to a Pew Research Center survey of U.S. teens 13 to 17. The invention of such resources poses an irresistible temptation and an easy way for students to cheat. Unfortunately, it appears that the number of ChatGPT users may continue to grow as schools increasingly encourage students to utilize technology. Excessive use of artificial intelligence to complete homework also has a negative impact on students' abilities to do good work due to distractions such as advertisements and pop-ups. The circular states 90% of students spent most of their time on social media, which may be considered detrimental because their time would be better spent on living in the moment, education, and engaging in physical activity. Physical health is another significant concern, since many people binge movies on TV, endlessly utilize phones and computers, play video games rather than getting exercise. Granted, many technologies have introduced new fitness apps to encourage people to engage in outdoor physical activity. However, many people's overall health is declining because they become immersed in a world of technology and rarely spend time outside or exercise. Medical News Today states many technologies promote a down and forward user position, meaning the person is hunched forward and looking down at the screen. This causes painful neck and spinal issues and puts a lot of pressure on the back. To avoid these issues, it is important to stand up and stretch on a regular basis to relieve the neck and spine. However, not many people actually carve out time to do that for their health and well-being. Another issue that impacts physical health is blue light. Medical News Today states blue light is enough to disturb the body's natural circadian rhythm. The blue light emitted from screens stimulates the brain and many times results in sleep problems, so it is recommended that people do not use their electronics for at least an hour before going to bed. In addition, technology negatively impacts mental health in several ways. Currently, poor mental health is prevalent, and the overuse of devices is partially to blame. According to Medical News Today, a 2017 study in young adults aged 19 to 32 years found that people with higher social media use were more than 3 times as likely to feel socially isolated than those who did not use social media as often. Because people become caught up in social media, sometimes with people they don't even know in real life. They spend more of their life staring at screens than engaging in social interactions. Social media and the internet simply cannot replace real-life interactions and living in the moment. Plus, those who specifically have negative social experiences online are more likely to end up experiencing depression and anxiety. Depending on an individual's online interactions, however, even those who have positive experiences may end up with mental health issues due to social isolation. Due to society's heavy reliance on the internet, people's memory and attention span are slowly degrading. But why? Geeks for Geeks says most of the data that is present on the internet is free of cost, and you can access this data anytime and anywhere. This might not seem like something that can impact memory, but it is possible. Rather than putting forth the effort to learn and memorize information, people instead let things go in one ear and out the other. Then, when they need to know something, they immediately reach for the internet. People also tend to have very short attention spans nowadays due to the use of technology. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center states, while digital multitasking may be a good practice for shifting focus, it may also weaken our ability to maintain focus in one area for an extended period of time. Clearly, getting easily distracted and an inability to maintain focus in a pervasive problem, as it may interfere with the ability to pay attention at school, engage in a meaningful conversation, and even stay engaged. In addition to these harmful impacts, there are several other notable issues that technology causes. Other noteworthy negative impacts include the topics of personal information and employment. Currently, as opposed to common shoplifting, hacking, identity theft, credit and debit card frauds, phishing, and more are emerging as some of the most common dangers of technology. According to Astra, 53.35% of U.S. citizens and 39% of UK businesses were affected by cyber attacks in 2022. Unemployment has also skyrocketed because humans are being replaced with machinery and robots. Self-checkouts at stores and robotic waiters at restaurants are becoming increasingly common and take away a lot of jobs. Over many centuries, people have invented countless useful tools to improve the lives of others. Technology is one of the many inventions that happens to come at a high cost with its negative effects on education, physical and mental health, and more. If people really paid attention, they could recognize how the use of electronics has drastically increased and threatens to degrade society little by little over many years. While millions of inventions all over the world have greatly benefited humanity, technology has been taken to a higher, more harmful level than planned.